Today on What the Heck is Happening HR, we're going to talk about preparing ourselves for 2025. What do we need to do? For our podcast disclaimer, please visit the episode description. Yes, we are here. It is 2025. Hard to believe. And we are getting lots done at the office. But this particular podcast, we're going to talk about you. What do you need to do to prepare yourself to go forward in a fruitful 2025? Someone once said to me that even water pitchers need to be refilled in order to be useful. And I found that a really great visual. So let me offer some things that I think you ought to think about. One, set aside some learning, whether it's a block of time, whether you go ahead and sign up for a course, whether it's one of our wonderful ones here at Corporate Training and Professional Education with USF. Whatever it is, whether it's reading a book, whether it's watching a TED Talk, what can you do to take an hour every week and learn? Just learn. And in that learning, think about reskilling. How can you use what you know in a new way? What can you do to be able to take your knowledge and up it, to elevate what it is you know? So, in that learning, perhaps you are very good at interviewing manufacturing jobs, but you really need to take a little bit of learning to go, how do I take and how do I relate to C suite? How do I change and up my game for interviewing? Or do I need to? Is it different? What are the assumptions I have about it? So, really taking the skills you have and enriching them and understanding how to use those. Sometimes you even want to look at opportunities that might be available to you. So, a lot of firms, though they've called people back into the office, will have an opportunity for you still to be hybrid, at least a bit. And I have one client who we figured out it's a good way for her to work on her time management because she keeps her calendar and her door open for everybody, and everybody's using it. But when she is working at home one day a week, she finds she gets a lot done because she stays true to herself. So her reskilling is to be able to take those time management skills she's adding finesse to, and how is she going to apply those boundaries at the office? Where, yes, HR is her world. And yes, the people are why she's there. That's her customer, one of her customers at least. But how does she carve out the time to be able to create planning time, or as Julie at Funt says, white space on her calendar so that those colors don't bleed when you have them in your calendar? Think this is a really good time to build relationships. Who are three people that you either need to rebuild or are new people to build relationships with? It could be a peer, it could be somebody on the staff, it could be a whole nother department. But who is it? Who is it that you need to go have a coffee with, to be able to sit down and just talk with them and get to know them better and have that business relationship transform just a bit to build that trust, to have a little bit of vulnerability into what those hobbies are or what's going on or, their favorite restaurant, whatever those conversations can be to build that restaurant. I also want you to pick 3 to 5 things about what you want to be, not what you want to do, but what you want to be. So if what you want to be is a better partner for next year at home, then list that and carve out the time for that. Now, it might be as simple as picking up dinner on the way home so nobody has to make a decision about what to have. And I don't care if it's a rotisserie chicken. It at least is a start and says, I thought about it and I'm trying to be better at this. if that's one of those things. If what you want to be is promoted, if what you want to be is that HR manager or HR director, then I want you to outline what you need to do to be that. Again, it gives you a focus so you don't have just this long to do list of things I want to do someday. But really, what are you going to do today? Are you going to take that learning time to maybe focus on a book, focus on a podcast, things like that? But pick 3 to 5 of those and then really lay it out with your calendar because if it's on your calendar, you're going to do it. And set aside that time, block that time so that you can end up being what you want to be. And in a year, when you look back, you can see, wow, I really made some progress on there because you do need that time to reflect. And so as you prepare yourself for 2025, I want you to reflect and be full of gratitude. I want you to really think about the people who have helped you. Take a moment, call them, write them a note, tell them that you are so grateful for everything they've brought forward to you. Again, you want to focus on reskilling, and whether it's AI, LinkedIn, Excel, how to negotiate, your own emotional intelligence, getting an assessment, being able to say what it is I need to learn to do better, or what is it, something I don't have any idea what it is, then do that. I think you want to be sure you reprioritize. So, again, going back to those 3 to 5 things you want to be. Otherwise, you're just going to be running around every day doing a whole bunch of stuff that you're really tired doing. And you're tired at the end of the day, but you didn't move your own personal needle. So, I want you to be able to reprioritize. Take those 3 to 5 things and focus your to do list on doing those. Because now you've got energy around creating who you wish to be. And it's a very different kind of energy and a different kind of flow in getting your work done. And then I want you to build relationships. Build the time to set up the time to be able to build those relationships for no reason other than the relationship. So whether it's a relationship at home, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's your kid's teacher, and you need to be able to know who they are. So when they call, then you understand why they're calling and who they are. But it also can be at work. And so every time you show up, it isn't just about a work item, but, 30 seconds on how you doing. How was that vacation? What'd you do over the holiday? And build those relationships. This is a great time. You've got a fresh calendar going forward. And to be able to establish it with a compass, set your own North Star as to what you want to be, how you're going to grow, and what you need to do to be able to do that. And I sure hope on that list is to listen when we drop these new episodes every week to what the heck is happening in HR, because I am filled with gratitude for you.